But will you look at that? We've got some variety. Don Hyperion is back and he's playing as the dwarves here on Evergreen Forest. Purple color. Very fancy. On the other side, we've got a dark elf, so even more variety. No orcs, no elves, no humans today. Very nice. Galactic. Teal color, dark elves. Let's go with the Guardian of Nor as well. Can't say we get to see him as much these days. It's mostly Reaper games, but very happy to see it. Then we've got, of course, the Warrior of the Depth. Double mole? That's way more exciting than the Warrior of the Depths. I mean, after the last bunch of patches, since the Warrior of the Depths has this passive ability changed, Relentless Rage, so that each attack just buffs him up. Ever since that, he's amazing. So we get to see him a lot these days. No longer the Warrior of the memes, that's for sure. Build a device, we've got... What? What? We've got an observation tower in the Stonecutter area? Very first thing that Don Hyperion does. Okay. I certainly have not expected this, so... Very interesting, I must say. He's basically trying to protect his resource economy against Guardian of Nor harassment, or Reaper harassment for that matter. That would work the same way. As for our Dark Elves, we've got the super standard, triple wood, and single food. Start. More food coming up, so this is going to be heavy on spiders. We already had an extra spider. I'm not sure where that went, by the way. We had two spiders at the... Oh, here they are. All three are here. Going after the Dark Ensign. And that's all cleaned up. So one more here for Galactic. And then I'll be curious if he's just picking up the rest of the sectors here. Or if he's gonna cross the map. Now in Evergreen Forest, you don't have an easy way to level 5 unless you get to bully the other side of the map, of course. Taking 2 Medusa camps is usually the way to go. Of course, there's these big adamantium golems, which you can then jump straight to level 6 with. But not always. It's not a terribly accessible creep. And although the Dark Elves have a little bit of weakening on their side, Galactic is right now not yet going for it. He's going for double brute force instead of adding in the plague field, which would be a unit sacrifice that then creates a weakening area. But no, he just went for the left side, so we've got Soul Explosion, which is a propagating hit that enfeebles enemies. Got the debilitating blow, which is just a big punch that interrupts. And we got Soul Transformation and Teleport. Plus a lot of spiders, of course, from the double food. Everything works out there. For the Warrior of the Depths, we've also got a bit of a mix, actually. So we've got Inspiring Presence, he's got Recuperate to heal himself, whereas Inspiring Presence restores the focus. This is like one of the only heroes that doesn't have focus regeneration, so you have to actually proc the ability. You still benefit from focus potions, of course, and he's got Head Splitter for himself as a single target. Heavy Punch, basically. We've got the Sleeping Strike? That would be something. Sweeping Strike. Little spin to win. Nice in these AoEs. The Mole might be able to get away here from the Medusa. We've got a good number of them. Is this going to be some kind of fast tier 2 into Stompy Stomp? Would love to see it. Would love to see it. And they're going to be a decent harassment unit as well. However, you have to keep in mind that the spiders can kind of keep up with them, especially if Galactic adds in a Spectre or two. He's lost the initial Spectre already, so that's not going to be happening anytime soon. But yeah, you never know. You never know. Warrior of the Depths cleans up the Medusa. And with his skills, he can obviously heal himself, so he doesn't need to consume potions unnecessarily. But yeah, gamers, if there's anyone else looking to send me replays other than the usual crew, you're more than welcome to do so. All you gotta do is join my Discord, pop it in the community replays channel, let me know. Feel free to tag me and whatever. My Discord link can be found in the description. There's like a link tree thing in the description where all my links are. So yeah, find it in there. Much appreciate everyone that helps out with that. Now the Warrior of the Depths also has this proccing shield thing. I'm actually not sure how strong that is in terms of values. 120 at the moment because he's got 2 points in brute force, so it's 100 by default. And yeah, every few seconds he keeps reapplying that, which is very, very nice. Will it be good enough to make the Mole Riders work? Probably not. Especially the Guardian of Nor can really bonk them. So that could be problematic. Warrior of the Depths, however, getting to work on that Dark Ensign should be able to take it down. And we've got fantastic pullback micro actually from Don Hyperion, so keeping his units alive very nicely. But I think if Galactic really plays into the flag game, he will be able to keep putting this back every time Don Hyperion destroys it. It's just, you have to stand a little bit closer and be the first to actually do the click. And if he controls the demolishing, he's got dibs on the first click, of course. Now, Galactic did spec into the sacrifices, so he's got himself a Plague Field and he's got himself a Soul Catharsis. Plague Field weakening enemies and Soul Catharsis healing allies. Which is good for the Guardian of Nor and the other spiders as well. But yeah, some of them will die. That's a price that Galactic is willing to pay. 4 spiders. 4 riders getting blasted into smithereens. It's not working out so well for them. They're not able to stand up against the spiders who have actually more health than them, which is absolutely bonkers. And they take a lot of magic damage when they're weakened, of course. Minus 56. Ay. That is problematic. Of course, the Tarantulas themselves aren't able to really deal with the Warrior of the Depths, so there is that. He can tank this all day. So at some point, Galactic will be wanting to add in other units than spiders. Understood. From the Hall of Pain. But for the moment, he's just making more and more spiders. It's gonna be extremely difficult to actually siege the dwarves. These scouting posts are very difficult to fully surround, but upgrade to Frontier Post actually means that you get more surface areas, so it's a little bit problematic there for the dwarves. But hey, the increased repair rate should work out. That's a capital. Is that upgraded? Hold on. I'm pretty sure that's upgraded, right? Yes. Yes, Stomp is now available. So I'm pretty sure that momentarily this should be researched and then the Mole Riders can go to work. The Stomp ability gives them essentially anti-building properties. You put them next to some resource buildings and they can destroy a whole lot of them. Very nice upgrade for sure. But here comes the whole surface area thing of the Tarantulas. If they can all attack this frontier post, I'm not sure it will actually stay up. But it is being upgraded to a fortified outpost, which will be even tankier, shoot harder, and have an even better repair rate. So that should in theory save this. But there's gonna be the whole regeneration thing going on for these Spiderinos. You can see all the health symbols coming up. One of them was sacrificed, and there's plenty of them, so in fact there's too many of them for the surface area thing to really work out. Sometimes, depending on the distance, you can stack 2 spiders up. Yeah, with the fortified outpost coming in, this isn't gonna work out. Dark Elves retreat. Moles get their upgrade. Stomp is coming in, so momentarily they'll have it. And I'm wondering where they'll actually put that to use. You could immediately dive into the main by the town hall this week, but I don't think they can do 10,000 damage with this. Now let's get a number on this. So it deals 60 siege damage for 3 seconds. Right, so 180 siege damage a piece. And there's 16 of them, so let's say there's gonna be 20. What was it? 180. Yeah, it's not even close. It's not even close. It's good for resource buildings, but forget destroying the capital. You can maybe go after a frontier post and hope that you can finish it off with the auto attacks, but that's about it. Bear in mind there's a negative 50% siege resistance for buildings, but yeah, that's why with the frontier post you can get pretty close there to actually destroying it. But as you can see, these Mole Riders are taking up a lot of space as is. Now being on the outside of the spiders, they're gonna do the stomp, but it looks like the healing is outdoing the damage of the stomp. Spiders having 75 siege resist, just like most units. Ooh, that's kind of a fail right there, but I like the attempt. It will require some other units than most. Unfortunately, all their focus is now used up, so they won't be able to use a stomp for a very long time again. Focus regeneration is absolutely terrible for non-heroes. So we'll be here a long time. Can this fortified outpost stay up? If it can, then it's no big deal that Don Hyperion just used up all his focus. It's manageable, you know. But it looks like it will go down to all the spider spam. At least he's got the stone pole, and maybe he'll be able to clean up the spiders still. It's looking not too bad, but it's an even trade in terms of army as is, because the Tarantula has such a superior units to the Mole Riders. Shielding helps a little bit. I guess they're no longer superior now with the 700 health Mole Riders and their 50 damage. So that stomp upgrade does upgrade them quite a bit. Spider's still showing them who's boss, however. They are still doing very nicely here. Galactic just keeps flooding them in. Look at the minimap, they just keep coming. All those little spots just crossing the map. Definitely becoming a problem for Don Hyperion, but he's got his level 5 hero. Maybe that gives him a little bit of a chance. But if Galactic gets to tier 2, there's so many souls here to harvest, which I'm pretty sure will come into play at some point. Quick check on what the level 5 ability is going to be. Looks like not precision stance. Oh wait, it is, but it's not assigned. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It is actually on right now, the Warrior of the Depths. He's gonna be cleaving damage. And Mole Riders once again will be stomping. He's also got the Disruptor ability ready to go to put the Guardian of Nor into stasis. We'll have to chug some potions. And once that's done, he can clap the hammer. Oh! They teleported away anyhow. So that did not work out. But he's got the scouting post back at the cost of 1,000,000 Mole Riders. And of course the Dark Elves are very much back in action. Tier 2 has been achieved. It's still just pure Tarantula spam. So I'm guessing that Galactic is highly interested in building a soul economy for himself and making use of that with potentially Balls of Steel. I think that's what he will go for. He will go for Balls of Steel. See how that does. Yeah, those are some real explosive units. Hastened? He's got Soul Charge? Bruh. He's got Soul Charge 2. That's better than Soul Charge 1. Because it gains the... Okay, Soul Charge 1 only has the hastened effect for speed. But Soul Charge also has an Empower for all the units in the area. So you can get them to regenerate, to rush in, do more damage, and you can weaken the enemies. This is super nice. And if he can mix that up with Mark of Corruption, he'll be able to mark the enemy hero, make him a great target. But these spiders aren't exactly the most damaging of units. So it works a lot better with something like Sleepers. We'll get to that at some point, I'm sure. Galactic for the moment. Just working off of Halls of Pain. And that's basically it. He's got all the sectors. He's going shopping for just potions. No equipment. Don Hyperion, however, does have his tier 2 items. He's got his Brute Force 2 still. He's picked up Precision as well, which gives him 10 extra focus plus 1 focus for every attack restored. The rest we've seen already. I haven't specifically pointed out what stasising means from Disruptor. It means that the target cannot move, cannot attack either, or cast abilities. Once again, the stomp is used by the moles, but they don't have the surface area to attack here. We got a bunch of Earthshapers helping to defend. And the spiders are leaving behind a lot of blood, but there's also a lot of bodies here. Stasis comes through. And we've got a soul charge. Shortly we'll have a healing, I'm sure. There's some weak tarantulas that could be easily sacrificed for no great loss. There was one here, but there's not a lot of target tarantulas for healing. So I'm guessing that Galactic is actually going to end up losing a vast majority of his units here. Very problematic for sure. The mole defense is actually working out. Are we making basically only moles? I mean, there's a handful of Earthshapers I've seen, as well as sentries. I think the sentries are gone at this point. I mean, it's fun stuff, right? We've got the fortified outpost up front here getting destroyed. By the way, do you guys like when I disable these labels? I think we can see a little better. We don't always need that, right? At this point, I'm thinking everybody can recognize the buildings. Maybe not, maybe not. I'll admit that for the first time users, maybe the readability isn't the strongest for the buildings, but if you take a close look, right, the woodcutter has some logs coming out of it. Hunter's cabin obviously has blood and furs and everything. The barracks, maybe a little bit less obvious, but there's a bunch of weapons there. Anyways, on the dwarf side of things, that's a stonecutter, but it has a little bit of everything on the boxes. Hunting cabin probably more recognizable, but anyway, we've got combat. Let's focus on that. There was not much here except a bit of a stomping action. And we've got even more of that coming through. Fortified outpost holding just barely. I think Galactic's counterattack is going to be stomped. It's gonna be a while until Don Hyperion can do that again, but hey, he's got a crazy amount of mole riders. 49 at the moment and counting. They're slapping these tarantulas pretty good, and each time they do, they're slowed by 40%, so very easy to catch up with them afterwards. And I think we're looking at a big counter stomp attack happening momentarily. Certainly this is the time to do it. Curious to see how far Don Hyperion can take this. Can he maybe even destroy a bigger sector now than the frontier post? Maybe this fortified one. Could he go for that? There's a lot of tarantulas again. 2 Spires of Souls are completed, and the harvesters are going out for the business. Very important for Don Hyperion not to try to go after the golem. That is just not viable with these guys. Oh, he's doing it anyway. Oh my god. Wait, they have siege damage. This guy doesn't have siege resistance. This could work out actually pretty well. Oh, but they're gonna take so much damage from the bleeding. Wait a second. This is actually amazing. There is no way, dude. Already got it down to half health. Now the Dark Elves are gonna be over here doing a massive freaking soul harvest. It's actually doesn't end up being all that massive. Needed probably more than the one harvester for it. Anyway, Don Hyperion keeps fighting here with just a warrior of the depths. And some Earthshapers, which are actually currently taking the cleave damage. They gotta be really careful there. One of them goes down. In addition to 2 more that did go down already. We've also got the Fire Golem. And in response to the harvesting, Don Hyperion is over here. Gonna finally take down the Adamantium Golem as well. Rest in pepperonis. Picks up the fancy item. Please get the sector. Please get the sector, because it's got like a... Oh, we can't see it, but there's a teleporter right there. Definitely worth picking up. Focus ring. I think it doesn't work. on... it doesn't work on the Warrior of the Depths because he doesn't have focus regeneration. It's completely disabled on him. So, unfortunately, you get an item like this, it still doesn't work. Very sad news. A lot of spiders are about to die, so I would check Don Hyperion's skills, but we gotta see this. If Galactic's not careful, he's gonna get absolutely demolished here. Already a lot of spiders have gone down. Guess he wants to do the rest of the work with the Dark Ensign and the base. But he's gonna have to teleport home to defend his buildings. However, the moles are already going nuts. In multiple locations, Don Hyperion is splitting them into 3 different locations. Oh my. This fortified outpost might be safe, but I don't think this frontier post is. So all that the man's gotta do now is to actually just click the ability. And there it is, the frontier post is gonna be deleted immediately. There's no repair on it, so it's gone. Fortified outpost should be able to survive. Just a little bit. There's more moles coming. And the ones on the front line are actually being taken care of, so good on Galactic there. But yeah, there's more. There's more of that happening. Down here, we've got the frontier post at half health already. The bottom one getting destroyed by the stomp with a little bit of health left. But yeah, you guys can see how big these guys are. Very difficult to get them all to fit around buildings. So yeah, some normal attacks are in fact required. How much does stomp actually cost to activate? It costs the full 10 focus that they need to completely restore. Anyway, there's more of them where that came from. And now we can check Don Hyperion's extra abilities that he picked up. He picked up Battle Frenzy. He's got level 2 of the Starboard Song now, which will end up healing targets as well as giving them shields. Then he's got Sweeping Strike level 2. What else? That's it. He could pick up Recuperate level 2, which would also give him an immunity to afflictions such as the Weakening. So you can always get out of that. Of course, silencing him can stop that from working. Mole Riders getting very high in number once again. Don Hyperion are 53 Mole Riders. They only cost food basically, right? So yeah, 4 food, very cheap unit. What a fantastic game. Only tarantulas for Galactic. What is going on with that? It's quite late into the game now. He's got a bunch of border fortresses, but he's spending so much. He's got a citadel now. So I'm curious what he's going to be doing with that. Getting a bunch of Striders, maybe? Yoshis? Beautiful Soul Harvest. Best mechanic in any RTS ever. The only reason for that is because the souls just go wee. That's why it's the best mechanic. Anyway, we've got a bunch of golems. Are they upgraded? Yes, they have volcano stands because you have to bear in mind Don Hyperion only spending food. All his other resources are doing fantastically. Fortified outpost getting essentially nuked down. The golems should be able to finish what the moles have started. Holy moly, as they say. Here we've got the other side also getting kind of bullied. What? Oh, there's a tunnel! There's a tunnel. He united his entire army. The Mole Riders want the business with the Citadel. But this thing has 20,000 health. I don't know. Can Galactic actually hold this? There's a lot of damage coming in. Plenty of fire golems are around and not much damage output from our Dark Elf player who only has spiders really facing off against so many fire golems. And what does Don Hyperion need to do? All he needs to do is keep bringing in more and more riders. He hasn't activated the ability on absolutely all of them yet. The Citadel is getting repaired, but it's dropping rapidly. I'm not sure he can make it. The Guardian of Nor is working on the fire golems, but it's too much. There's too many of them. The Citadel is toast. Galactic's toast. And Don Hyperion makes the mole work. Amazing. I've never ever seen him be so successful with this strategy. It's about time, you could say. Especially with that tunnel teleportation at the end and the addition of so many fire golems because no other resource was spent on tech units, it's perfect. It's a good synergy. Wow. Wonder if things had been different if Galactic had gone for more archers in this playstyle. Well, maybe next time he will show us how to beat it. Thanks everyone for watching. Send me replays as discussed in my Discord, link in the description. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.